Hello, 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 hello. How are you, beautiful? I've missed you so very much. I've been keeping up. I've been watching. I want to say big up to every single one of you that have been working so diligent on the J case. I don't really know what all I have to say, but I feel like the story that was given, like, I can't even stomach it. So I'm here today to work with you, and I would like us to share, after everything that you have learned, I have learned. Big up, Wax. Oh my golly, Wax. Amazing. You have my utmost respect for Wax Unfiltered. Just an incredible standard. And thank you for setting the bar so high. I'm just so grateful that there is someone that is in this all the time. I got disheartened. Like, after we worked so hard to discover what we believed, we had gotten down to the real truth, none of it was shown in court. And it wasn't even court, it was an inquest. So I'm an American. I don't get how that inquest worked. But in everything that from just a United States citizen, based on the way our court systems work and how it would have went over here. I need lotion. By the way, if you need some amazing lotion, check out my shop. Uh-oh, I'm out. I've got an endless supply. I got it. Okay. In America, things get done completely different. Like, for instance, if you said this happened and that happened and this happened, it don't count unless there's proof that that happened. Okay? So let's say that this guy's like, well, we had this person with us at 10 o'clock, we did this, at 11 o'clock we did that, 12 o'clock we did that. See, there would have to be CCTV of all that. There would have to be an actual evidence of the person being in all that, or we kind of stop right there and go, wait a minute, wait. Something changed right about here in this time frame, and that's the lack of proof of life. See, that's how it works over here. So when the inquest happened, I was gobsmacked. I was like, once upon a time, there was this story that is all made up, not cross-referenced. The main witness, the last person to be with the victim, doesn't even have to show up. There's information that is being contradicted in the same sentences, and yet it's not questioned. It felt set up. It felt like a setup. I was like, what kind of hogwash are they slopping at me? And so today, everything is our belief. Now you might say, well, she does this for clicks and views. Well, if that was true, I'd surely have been covering the case all along, because there's been, a big source of information that keeps coming out. So I want to say hello to you, and I want more lotion. I want you to work with me. Okay, got it. Work with me through some of this as I share with you what I have belief of what really happened. So this is not somebody else's theory necessarily. It's not 100% anything. It's just I have the right to share what I believe happened. And so do you. So today you're going to get a platform And we're going to work through it, and we're going to see how far we get and what in the end we believe may have happened. Now, we may all have a different belief, but it's still our right to believe whatever we choose. Because the minute we give up the right to believe something, then we don't even get to pick our own religion or non-religion, spirituality, our own life. We give it all up. And that's not how it's going to work. So, in the bigger picture of things, the way it's being campaigned, it would almost feel like this entire thing could have been staged to simply gain control over the masses. I think I got enough lotion. I mean, the send-off was incredible. It was drama-filled and quite elaborate, like movie star elaborate. I wonder if Rob Reiner and his wife will get laid to rest at that high standard. Now, I'm not throwing shade at nobody. I'm just saying I don't buy any of it that they shared in the inquest. There's a cutoff point. There's a moment. And I'm fully on board with Wax. I'm fully on board with Duncan. I'm fully on board with Jan's views. I think we've all come to the conclusion of who we suspect in our belief may possibly be the one that this all fell apart on. And that's why he was never in the public eye, protected, not at the inquest, right? So we're going to call everybody the names we feel comfortable with. This person's individual name, we'll just choose Haji Paji. So, anybody want to agree with me on that or no? Yes, I have my Grinch outfit on for a reason. Because when it comes to the inquest, bah humbug! Ooh, ooh, ooh. Bah humbug! I don't buy it. Not a drop of it. That's my belief. I'm actually gobsmacked that even is how they portrayed this. It was just shocking. And we all know Inspector Gadget, and you know who I'm talking about. The one that was out there constantly give us the updates to, gaslight us with everything that Haji was telling him behind the scene. Claire. What do you say, Mama D? You're the best Xmas gift ever. Thank you. Claire. Thank you, my love. Private eyes. I won't do it. One of these times I'm going to come on singing it. Hey, Babs Red. How are you, my love? Hey, Maggie P. Hey, Kylie's Nails. Good to see you. Nina's in the house. Rach. Not that Rach. You slow down. Less is more. Be healthy. Enjoy the holiday. Hey, Nikki UK lovely. Hey, Carla. How are you, love? Thanks for always being first. Hey, Jennifer Swain. She says Rach has to remind us slackers. I'm a slacker at times. Hi, Liam. Good to see you. All right, you guys. If I did not say hello to you, I've missed you all. I love my replay crew. You guys are incredible. Thank you for continuing to hype me up. Holy cow. Each week I get this little report from YouTube and I'm like, I got hyped a ton. So that just brightens my day and I want to say thank you because that's amazing. And thank you for the likes, all right? So let's get into the Jay Slater case a little bit. But before I do, I just want to say I backed out of the Jay Slater case to protect my own children who are Jay's age. right? I've got 21, 22-year-old. They were doxxed. I was doxxed. They were threatened. Some of you know. Some of you heard it. Some of you heard parts of it. Not everybody's heard all of it. But anyway, I have to do that from time to time. I've made the mistake of putting out there that I'm a single mother, so I'm easily targeted. However, it didn't mean I wasn't paying attention, and it didn't mean I still don't want justice. And I decided, as my Christmas wish, I would like to share what we believe may have happened to Jay. I'd like at least our belief out there in the universe, come what may. Doesn't mean it's factual, no. It's what we believe, based on everything that we've input into our brains, the gut feelings that we have, the visuals that we've seen, the knowledge that we have. I mean, everybody wants to still be like, oh, that beach footage, like, well, it's really not real. It's not even of the Las Cristianas. No, it's a different beach. That audio's been put on top of it. But the problem with that is that all the other footage is there except for the 16th and the 17th is gone. But all the other footage is there. We locked in 1,000 factual match that is Las Cristianas Beach, which matches to Lucy's apartment. We have an audio that sounds almost exactly, if not completely. Let's see, who are we going to call her? Lucy in the sky. Okay? And we hear what sounds like, "Aw, Jay, you said he wouldn't get stabbed, right? Let me go get my boy Quack, Quack." Well then, if we back that all up and we take into what we know now, the last we have eyes on Jay, or any soul ever, is at 1:10 a.m. as Jay is leaving Papagayo's. Hey, Lisa Connor, where's my mouse? You had to sort your internet. Well, get it ready. Get it ready. You don't want to miss this. Hey, Lisa Connor. How are you? Hey, Kathleen. Good to see you. Hey, Cornish True Crime. Wonderful, lovely. Hey, Liam. You be good today. Oh, Liam cracks me up. Okay. So, is anybody with me on this idea that at that moment, when the whole night changes disposition, when they're at, and we're going to call it sugar canes, and you know where I'm talking about, right? Because this is really, I believe, the hub of what all this was about, is sugar canes. I really do. Because we know Haji is directly related to the owners of sugar canes. And are y'all feeling that? That girl. I'll be listening. Got to get ready for work. All right, lovely. You're using your new True Crime notebook today. It's beautiful. Go look in the store. Mine is purple. It works great, you guys. This is our new profiler book. It's in our shop at 1111 Dex. I know what she's talking about. This has got all my notes. I love it. So, is anybody with me? Okay, Nina's talking about the beach video. In my opinion, she says the beach video is totally real. Why would it be? Why remove it? Why would it be removed? If it has nothing to do with Jay Slater at all, it's just the Las Cristianas, and it's just that date, and it's just where Lucy lives. These boys like to knuckle it out, right? If there was going to be some sort of a Could it be that it all stemmed from sugar canes? Claire says, in your opinion, the audio correlates with the Masca Beach CCTV in the June 24th, 20. Oh, I don't know. Yes, Smudger. Very much so. As far as I believe to be true, yes. In everything that I've ever heard and read and seen, I believe in the best of my heart that that is true. Now, there's no fact to back it up. That's just what I believe is true. Everything is about what I believe and you believe. You're always behaving to keep us in check, Leo. Oh, my gracious. You're spinning your own web, Nina. How about the song Lost in Tenerife, posted on Amazon Music June 15th? That is so weird. Yep. So if this were in theory to be some sort of a psyops, would it be to gain control of being able to express your belief system, what you believed? Because that's the most powerful tool you have. You know, I'm just saying. But let's get back into it. So, in this scenario, whatever took place at Sugar Canes, we have no money. Jay has now been declined. If you go over to the Papa Club, right, where we see Jay, he's throughout the night, he's getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And I mean, he's just looks like he can't even walk. But we also know that the only one giving him water at this time is one guy that he owes money to. So is the water spiked because there's going to be an altercation of some kind? Is the water spiked? I mean, it just seems like Jay's just getting worse and worse and worse. And if you're, you know, let's just say if you're like the Cowardly Lion, right, you may be the one that actually packs two knives and be like, oh yeah, there's going to be a fist fight tonight. Or I could talk like that person. There's going to be a fist fight tonight, yeah. He sounds like he's just rolling marbles all in his mouth. You can't ever even understand him. But if there was going to be some sort of altercation and shit was going to go down because Jay can't produce some dinero, you have to wonder if the Cowardly Lion was like, I know what I'm going to do. Oh, I'm going to spike him and then I'm bringing knives to a fist fight. Because there's all about that cactus. As if we find Jay and there's wounds on him, it should be explained. Who's having fried chicken dinner? Y'all is making me hungry. Hey, Ben. Special mention to Roach, of course. Who's Roach? I don't know Roach. That's right, Kay. Absolutely. Truth and honesty. The most powerful tool we have. I agree with you. So, at that point, when Jay exits, I don't think he was thrown out, but he exits the Papa Club. There's that guy. He never made a show again. He showed up on a live, and he was like, you know, at the club, right there at the club. They stuck him and whisked him away. No, it was ended right there. Done. Could that have been in the back of the clubs? Because they're not that far apart. Could that be that the audio we're hearing is actually from the different club? Could that have happened behind? We've all looked at the little beach there. Just makes you wonder. But whatever happened, happens to be that after 110, there's no more. There's no more footage. There's no more proof of life. There's no more Jay to be seen. We get these fake looking, even his own family. I don't know, made the comment, I don't even know if he's conscious there. His face looks a little misshapen. So it would matter, because if there were no more Jay at this point, I would think, at least this is what I believe would happen, is you would then be put into a vehicle. But then how would you would have to, get rid of the vehicle, right? What do I make of Jay's Law? I just told you. I'm a United States citizen, so I am not going to give up my freedom of expressing my belief. And it may not be in agreement with others. I don't do it out of disrespect. I do it because I truly believe that if the truth is not uncovered what happened to Jay, then the next person that goes there that's 19 or 20, like one of my sons, will be targeted and history will repeat itself. So it's not just about Jay. It's about the innocent lives going over to a place where bullcrap is happening and they're finding them passed away in very mysterious ways. It's about uncovering those that are hiding in the shadows doing very wicked things. I mean, even if I went with the narrative, you had somebody that was so intoxicated that he could not stand upright. He was falling on camera. He's not seen after that on his own 2 feet at all. So that means, just like in our world over here in the United States, that if you're with somebody that's that intoxicated, you become responsible for them in a sense. You're going to watch over them. You're going to take care of them because you're a human, but that's not the way it seems to work. The beach footage, did we ever narrow down a time? No, Shiv, because we don't even know. We just know that the beach footage was from Las Cristianas, the 16th, 17th, somewhere in there. I think it was the 17th, early in the morning. Don't add an X to your messages. For some reason, YouTube doesn't like it, and we have to approve your messages. Thank you, lovelies. Thank you, Rach, for letting us know that. Nina, that's what a law should be made for, protect our children abroad. Right. And if you see something, you say something. If you know something, you say something. Silence is what kills our children. Thank you, Maggie. Thank you, Carla. That's right. silence. It's kind of like that moment where it was in the Kylie Rodney case and the mother was like, silence is golden. And we were all like, what? What are you talking about? Your child was found in the trunk of her own car, 14 feet in the river or lake, and she had been served enough alcohol according to what? She was a minor, 16. Oh, let's be quiet. Shh. Those kind of things aren't laws that are good for you. They're Cold War laws. They're silencing tools to gain more control and take away your freedom and your rights. So when we go back over, hey, Allison, lovely, you're never late. Where's the lapdog troll? Who's lapdog troll? Hey, Nosy Lou, hello, blessings to you. Teresa says, yeah. Hi, Sharon. Okay, I don't even know where that person is. I don't see them. They must be blocked from me. Oh, let me do it on all. Okay. Now do I see this person? Well, Bear. Little lapdog, Mama D, tell them about how... Oh, you are a little troll. Yeah. That has nothing to do with me. That was 10 years after our divorce. He didn't even live near me. Had nothing to do with me. But am I not amazing for just continuing to raise my boys? That's right. I set an example for all those that are single parents that are affected by somebody that is affected by addiction, and you are strong enough to leave them and take care of your family in a beautiful way and fight for justice. Someone deal with it, Claire. Oh, someone dealt with it, Claire. I thought it was like Rachel was like, somebody take the garbage out. Thank you, Nina. All right, so let's get back into this. We would have to, in this scenario where this individual has come outside of one of these clubs in the back where the beach is, and they've recorded the audio, and they're going to lay it over the other video and then take that video off because maybe it didn't match or something. I don't know. But here we go. You would need a vehicle because you would have to whisk this person away, as that witness said. But then you might, your victim may bleed all over in the vehicle, right? So you would want to do, you would have a rental car, right? Well, just so happens that Quack Quack had a rental vehicle, but he switches to the white car. He switches his cars up, right? Why? Why would you switch a rental? But if somebody passed away in that car and you were staging photographs and all kinds of crap to cover your ass for your friend, maybe Haji and his whole family that run the sugarcane, right? True train coming through. You would need, check this out. Let's get the goat. A good what? Before you could turn the car back into the rental, what would you need to do to the car? Y'all tell me. Aw, Sharon, hats off to you, my love. Jennifer says not necessary. What would you need to do to the car? If, let's just say, you're Quack Quack, it's your rental car. Haji has spiked Jay, all alleged in my belief, that Haji has spiked Jay and brought knives, the two knives that he has in his waistband, brought two knives to a fist fight. So he's got his opponent completely undermined. This crap goes down. Oh, Jay, you said he wouldn't get stabbed. You said he wouldn't get stabbed. I gotta get my boy Quack Quack. Oh, Quack Quack has a rental. So then you stage all this crap, but now you've got to turn the car in to the rental. What are you guys gonna do to the rental? Anybody? There it is. Boom, shakalaka, boom. Clean it, clean, valet. Get a road worker to clean it. You would get it clean. And what does Ayub say? I'm clapping my hands like Chris Proudfoot, right? To make my point, what did Ayub say? What did he post to Masca? Thank you for your cleaner. Thank you for your cleaner. Boom, 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 boop, boop. Thank you for your cleaner. Kind of weird, ain't it? Thank you to the cleaner. You guys are right on. I know there's a lag on YouTube. Thank you to the cleaner. See how neatly that all packed right out? That's why I was like, why is the inquest not following the details? Why aren't they making sense of this? Right? Hi, Billy. Hi, Billy. Hey, Billy, how are you? Billy says, I believe most of those pics were staged days after the incident. Easy to do, in my opinion. I agree. Not forgetting the professional cleaners that they were. Indeed. Hey, Smudge. Yes, Claire, and watching Warren. Wasn't that how interesting it was? They were cleaning the car and watching Warren. That'd feel awkward. So then he could turn it in because he thanked the cleaners. Amazing cleaners, right? Because they clean your vehicle. But what other kind of cleaners could they be? I don't know. Didn't Ayub bring up this idea that there was a buzzer at the door? Remember, he's like, there's no buzzer at the door. He's like, I love there. I know there's a buzzer, right? You're totally mad. I know there's a buzzer. But he explained that there was a guy there with the shirt up over his belly, his fat belly, right? And he had a wheelbarrow. And they want him to move his car. No, I don't buy that, because they would never take Jay from the rental car. There would never be a point. There'd be no bringing in the crime scene into another part. No, it just be people that had Jay's stuff, right? But now they've got to have the cleaner. And so there's a buzzer at the door. That's why you get the duping delight, I personally believe, from Quack Quack, where he's like, Jay was shooting himself, whatever. I think that Jay's still in the car, and they're wanting help to get him in the barrel, like unlock the car so that we can get the guy out and put him in the barrel, the wheelbarrow. Because you have the woman, there's no doubt she has no skin in the game. She's a real witness because she has CCTV. And she sent it off to the Guardia Avocados. We'll call her Nina. I don't know her real name. That might be her daughter's name. Anyway, and she said had something to do with the Jay Slater case, and I trust Wax 100%. He does his research. Had something to do with the Jay Slater case. It was two individuals, and they was carrying some tools of choice that appeared to be maybe hammers, which could fit a crushed-in skull. So I don't think Jay was alive anymore. I think that's why the cleaners were cleaning the car. They would have never brought any of the crime scene in. So they clean the car, inside, outside, detail it, and turn that back in so they get a whole new car to stage Rocky and other crap and all this bullshit. Meanwhile, these people, I think they took Jay that night into the little place that allegedly the drone flies into and it catches fire, and they've got like everybody out there while the searchers are out there. It could be that. It could be that. So they could have removed him and then burnt that, and then they put him at the bottom down there with a four-wheeler, just wheelbarrow, right? Or a four-wheeler, drop him. Or they could have drove all the way down and put him all there. But I just don't believe he was ever alive at Mascot. I believe he was there after he passed. And I believe with all that they're sharing and everything, it doesn't remove any of the doubt I have that their scenario that they're trying to say happened. It doesn't remove any of my doubt, because I'm just full of doubt. I just don't buy that. Audrey, what do you got to say? Hey, Vid, is the car washer watcher one of the two who gave an inquest statement? Wouldn't that be interesting? Okay, like Nosy Lou says, the buzzer would have freaked Jay out. See, I just don't buy it. They had his phone. Lucy had his phone. She's covering for Brandon because they're all working out of this whole thing. Makes sense to me. You got the exterior supplier that's bringing it into that community, Tenerife through the Masca area, in my theory. So you've got those boat players, right? So we're coming up with the Liggy. We're coming up with the Crispy. So the Liggies, and I know it's Luggy, but I just don't want to say his name no more. Sluggy and Crispy. In my opinion, just what I believe, they've got that threatening, try to scare you and intimidate you by doing what they did to me. That's proof enough for me to believe that because I know that is the most unmoral thing I've ever had pushed on me. I was like, that is so unmoral, to threaten someone's actual children for talking, sharing my opinion. And I'm like, wow. So I'm like, these people aren't normal. They're not searchers. I've been in the Summer Wells case. Dave Radar of EquiSearch is incredible. Twyla, amazing. A lot of searchers are quite incredible, and I worked with searchers. That's not searcher mentality. Searchers are there for one thing: to bring hope and find the person that's missing. Once that's done, they go to the next case, because that's what they do. They're searchers. You can't even call them searchers if they do it once and they quit, really. They're just somebody that's searched. So I believe that they are the ones that are supplying everything into the middle guy that is quack, that is taking it to, all the little calves that got shut down, and the sugar canes and the Papa We Go Agains. And so this is all connected here. So it gets real political. And so this entire group is actually protecting the industry and the tourism. Even their government is saying nobody can talk about this case. It's a gag order on any living soul in this place, and you will not have a job or any of this, blah, 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 is what the locals were telling us. And yet you have a waitress that's making a claim and taking an interview that it was wee hours of the morning and she was giving Jay a bottle of water. He looked worse for wear. Bullshit. Bullshite. Bullshite. Malarkey. Because nobody was allowed to talk. So now we know that she was a plant to extend the shelf life of the individual, to make them appear as they were alive here at this time. Why? Because she would have been fired and we would have heard all about it. No, this never happened. Because he was already gone before that. Nikki K says, Sharon Wright, they made themselves seem guilty in your opinion. I agree. Allison says, remember and hit the like button. And on Mama D's live, and show appreciation. Thank you. And thank you to all of you as well. If you guys had a like button, I'd be here all day, but I'd hit it for you. If it was just an accident, why behave the way they do with creators? Thank you, Sharon. So true. Hey, Star Winters, good to see you. Woo, you got a long one. It's funny how Jay's body was found after a football match. I wasn't surprised it was planned that way, in your opinion. Big distraction while everyone was watching the match. Things can get done without eyes. That makes sense to me, too. Whoops, I messed it up. What now? Audrey Mama has lots of videos on Jay Slater case if you want to watch anytime. Okay. Oh, you're telling Audrey that I do. I'm like, who's Audrey Mama? But yeah, it just seems like the truth of the matter was that it was simply that the Sugar King group, who, you know, we know through all the things we read, they're too big for their britches. It's a dangerous place. Everything was always spiked. There were fights. There were knives. There was all kinds of icky stickies. We don't have any proof of life after that. So somehow, the beach becomes very important. That's the next thing I believed happened. Then it turned out, I don't know if you've seen the movie Weekend with Bernie, where he passed away, but they go on partying with him. That's how Jay was treated. He was posed, he was staged. And in my opinion, my belief is that knock on the door or the buzzer, either we cut it with the wheelbarrow, are the guys that are wanting you to get the car open so that they can be the cleaner. They got to take out what's in the car and clean that out with the garbage. And then they got to detail the car. And that's why Ayub, Quack Quack, is like so important to make sure he thinks the cleaners. It makes much more sense. One of my favorite films, and I thought that. My hair, I'm MacDonald. Hi, Mama D. Love your hair. Oh, thank you. And this channel was the first one who taught me, in my opinion. I always saw mods saying it to commenters, and I thought, what does it mean? Very good advice, in my opinion. Thank you, lovely. Hurdle toot. In my opinion, I still feel there is some truth in the can of beef. I mean, Dan O'Keefe said, and he has been silenced. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. You guys like the video, please? I'm going to check. Do we have some likes on it? I'll find out how many people's here. All right, so we have a lot of people. Well, you guys, the likes have come up quite a bit. The likes are pretty good, actually. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm just grateful when you do. Seen him through the window. He came alive, he left alive, maybe on the edge, right, unconscious. Wouldn't that be weird when Debbie herself is the one that said, was he even conscious? He didn't look conscious. What if he's in between? They would have never brought him into the Airbnb, though. That's why his phone didn't get charged, because they were messing with his phone. They had his phone. Scotland. That's a beautiful place. Yeah, he came alive, he left alive. That's my part. Ooh, 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 ooh. So perhaps he wasn't quite passed over. But I'm sure that there was some stains, if you will, from some blood. And so you would think the cleaner. Someone could have had his phone. She could have been right the whole time. That Jay was unconscious and that someone had his phone. That's exactly what I believe is the truth. They had his phone and that he was unconscious. You missed it because of an ad? I'm sorry, sweetie. Yeah, that's why the cleaning. It's pronounced very, the M is a V, okay, very McDonald. Very McDonald. Okay. Thank you, lovely. All right, you guys. I just had to come on and just basically let you know it's not earth-shattering. It's just I'm not going to buy into somebody forcing their belief down my throat. I'm going to stand up for what I believe happened. No disrespect. I'm literally in agreement with Debbie. She's the one that said, was he, asked the question, was he even conscious? Did somebody else have his phone? Right? We're in agreement with you, Debbie. You're the one that said all that. Don't believe what they're trying to tell you. And if you're getting intimidated by them, tell them to chuff off. I'm just saying. Julie Dunn says, I think he had been jabbed and was losing blood rapidly. My first thought was femoral artery, but he would have been gone within minutes if that happened. So maybe he just bled out from a couple of oopses. First thing I heard was, think outside the box. I'm not sure what that means. Okay, I think we're all in agreement. Julie, I agree with you. It's very possible that he was unconscious outside the BB and then finished off. That's wild. But it would make sense that the lady that was in Masca that had the CCTV footage that disappeared, she stood by that. It's still out there today. That it was definitely involving Jay. It was two other individuals. One of them appeared to have a weapon of some kind that could have been a hammer. And you have to wonder if Jay wasn't conscious, like Debbie suggested, and someone else had his phone. Was the cleanup crew there? And are they the ones that removed Jay and then put him at the bottom? They could have just went over and with the wheelbarrow. That really brings to mind that if he was still alive when he was off the cliff, that's that 50-50 that they're talking about in the inquest. 50% chance that it was him falling off the cliff, or 50% chance somebody pushed him. Well, if he wasn't conscious, that could be where this whole scenario, or I'm stuck in a ditch, because that's where your mind would go if he wasn't deceased and he was thrown over there and he had got stuck in the leg. All of a sudden your imagination would be playing with you. You'd be stuck in a ditch. You'd have a cut in your leg and you don't think you're going to make it. All these memories, or not memories, but suggested scenarios would run through your mind that you knew if he came to, he would have felt. If he lived the fall, you would have been thinking, oh, he's probably thirsty. I wonder how long he's alive. I wonder if he died. I wonder if he's like trying to wonder where his phone is. And so then they're reliving that in their mind, and then they're playing it out on his phone. So they're walking through the scenario in a sense of what really could have happened. They're just not suggesting that he went over the edge on his own. They're not saying somebody did it for him. But they screw up when they put that one message, just like Wax Unfiltered, hats off, says, that didn't get sent. I don't think I'm going to make it. It's all implying that he's already fallen to his death almost. And that doesn't work with the timeline and the battery and when Jay passed away, because his body is too far away from the phone and so forth. Did that make sense? Julie Dawn, they didn't take him to the hospital. They knew he had little chance of survival, so they covered their arses, in your opinion. Rach says, my great-grandfather deserted his family and ran off to Pennsylvania with this Flucy. Y'all are chatting. And they can walk a barrel on them tracks. Oh, easily. Easily. Very much so. They didn't give him a chance because they were never his friends. That's what I believe too. Yeah. And remember, the whole hills have eyes. That's the cleanup crew. Carla says, make perfect sense, Mama D. Ferry McDonald says, you left Scotland when you were 8. You lived in Ferryden near Montrose. I can't even say some of this. Cumbernauld, Glasgow, and your family in Stirling. Oh my gosh, that's a lot. We needed this J content, thank you. It makes a lot of sense now. Like the whole thing, even the cleaner remark. Even getting why there would be a switch of vehicles. Because he would have been bleeding out in the car. So then the cleaners had to clean it up. We know they wash cars. And that's why the guy was so fascinated by Warren. Probably was creeping him out that he just happened to be washing another car. And there goes the kid's dad looking for him. And you might have been a cleaner. I'm not saying that guy was, but you could have been. I don't know. I think Ophelia was part of the cover-up. That's my belief. I'm not accusing her of everything. I'm saying that's what I believe. In my personal belief, she's the one that set up the cleaners. Like, here are your cleaners. Like, you say you got garbage in your car? I got boy here and I got Hills with Advice. They got wheelbarrow. They clean up for you. Oh my goodness, y'all are really on this. Liam, I should have been the Grinch, says Nikki. You guys are so wonderful to be back with you. I've missed you so much. Barry says there's also a lot of car fires in Tenerife after Jay's death, and they targeted rental cars. I bet you that one burnt. Just to make sure, right? Aw, Samantha. Thank you for going back to the beginning, love. Oh, y'all are killing me. Okay. Lanarkshire. Did I say it right? Lanarkshire? Wasn't there a car rental near the church? There was some sort of a vehicle rental, but was it like dune buggies or something, Shiv? She wouldn't even face the camera. She would not only not face the camera, but she closed them doors and was like, see nothing, go away. To Warren and Zach. She was like, nothing to see here. See nothing. You don't hear to train. Go away. Nothing to see here. Go away. Yeah. Miss you. Yeah, 10 cars were targeted. Yeah, so you just don't get the one? Yeah, it makes sense. Billy says they dumped him where they thought no one would find him. But when people get close, they called the cleaners, Liggy and Crispy, and others. Yep. I'll bet you it was over the 200 pounds and nothing else. Just because, I believe sugar canes is probably just a spiteful, hateful, wickedy kind of environment. From everything I read, they're just dangerous, outright out of control. They took everything in when they appeared. Hi, Teresa, lovely. Good to see you. I know it, Carla. Cha-chang, come through. I'm actually working out, listening at the moment. I need to work out, Liam. I need to work out. Y'all gonna join me? No? Okay. I didn't even move. Strange, at the beginning, Sam Walker said he had nothing to do with Jay's demise, but did say he was pew-pewed. Maybe it wasn't a hammer. I'm just saying, sugar cracks isn't that far from, up your poop chute over there. Liam's laughing at me. I'm just like, this is, for me, I'm like, this all makes, like, it's clear as a bell. That's, in my opinion, what I believe happened. Julie says, not sure if anyone else is aware, Lucy in the Sky, mom and dad, or stepdad, were in an accident not long after Jay's funeral, and they have since split up. You just bought a new workout machine? I can't do those machines. I get bored with them. I can't do them. I've got to I don't know. I just got to I got to get moving more walking. But it's, minus 4 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's to you in Celsius. Let me do the math. Minus 840 Celsius. So do the math. Laura says, I'm behind. Catch me up, please. I feel something happened after the club. Taking the balloons was mentioned a lot. Kids have off that. Maybe it's cover up, but balloons aren't that legal. Sorry. Oh, Laura. All right, so Should we go through it one more time? I've been on here for days, y'all. All right, we're going to go through it one more time. Y'all help me out, though. Y'all help me tell the story. All right, so this is just what I believe happened. Doesn't mean it's true. I'm not doing it to harass anybody. I just simply believe this is what happened. And I feel the need to let other young people be aware that this kind of thing could have happened. Even if it didn't happen, it could. So be wise to this. So I believe that it all kind of went down, that there was some tension brewing during the day. I believe that Jay is sitting there pointing to his glasses. You got Haji with his arm around his neck. Jay's not smiling. Jay's pointing at his glasses. I think at that time, shit was getting tense between Haji. And I think there was some things not going good between Jay and Haji. Because Jay's not smiling and he's just pointing at his glasses, right? He's like, let's zoom this up a little bit, right? Look at it. Jay's not enjoying that. He's slumped over. He's pointing to his glasses like, this is just weird to me. So I think something was already going down by then. Then this group goes to Sugar Cracks, right? And that's when shite goes wrong. They're filming Jay already. He ain't got no money. He's been denied. Something's wrong with the dinero. Then he leaves there. He goes over to the Poppy in the Bud over here. And throughout this entire event, he's just getting worse for wear through the entire event. We're like, by the last video where we're seeing, he's like picking himself up off the floor and seems dazed and like confused, right? And at the same time, we know that the one that's been giving him water all night is Dodgy Haji. Now I'm wondering if he's spiking it because there's going to be a little bit of a boom, boom, bam to hash out this tension between the guys. And now Jay's also come up with not enough money to cover his tab and his part of the adventure. Maybe there's some really deep-seated, like, I've had enough of this shit kind of behavior. And at the same time, Jay seems like he's just getting in a fog. So then we have what appeared to be beach footage from Los Cristianos. That footage is taken down, like never to be seen again on their site, but yet it surfaces up. We're able to prove it's Los Cristianos, and the audio over it is basically like a horrible sounding scene where you've got someone sounding like Lucy. They're screaming, I thought you said he wouldn't get stopped. Oh, Jay, oh, Jay. All right, so we're all kind of wondering, 1:10 a.m., Jay leaves Papagayos, and that's the last time anybody sees him. So it just would seem, in theory, what I believed happened, and we've kind of got that figured out a little bit tonight, is that Jay got so injured that he's not conscious anymore. Okay? Like in coma land. Out of it. And been stuck. So he's going to be bleeding. So you would need somebody to come get him. And in order for you to go get him, you have to think about the car itself. It's going to get substance all in there from the person. So they already know he's not going to make it. And they're not going to give up and turn him over to the hospital and get caught up in what the person did to him, such as Haji, in my opinion, who may have brought a knife to a fist fight. Remember the whole stuck by a cactus, da-da-da? Right. So at this point, you're going to get all kinds of substance in the car. I believe this is where Quack Quack and Brandon and Lucy are in the car, and they go to Masca. At that time, Lucy's report matches that she's staying the night in Masca, right? I don't believe Jay's removed from the car at all. He's not going to make it, remember? Okay? So this is where Brandon can falsify the little, you know, pictures and stupid stuff on the step with whose blanket? Lucy's, because she's staying there. All right. She may have went up and ran and got that blanket out of her apartment when Jay first got hurt so they could carry him with ease in a blanket, right? Whatever. So now Brandon's going to stage all this crap and everything a little bit later. Lucy's going to be on the phone. Everything that they think is happening to Jay when he's removed from the car by the knock on the door, and it's Ophelia, which, you know, the name is weird too. Anyway, this feeling of you got to move your car. I don't think it was about moving the car. I believe it was unlocking the car so that they could claim Jay's in between alive and not so alive out of the car, because they're the cleaners that Ayub then thanks to Roman for his cleaners, because I believe they removed what was no longer supposed to be there and then detailed the car so it could get turned into the rental. We all know Ayub went and got a different car, right? So that way he comes back with a clean car. Then, like you guys are saying, all the cars, like 10 cars, are burnt to make sure that they don't know which one was the important one to burn, right? But it's the cleanest. Anyway, I believe the cleanest took Jay, and I don't think maybe they did anything more than literally dump him unconscious and near passing away over the cliff, because that's what you would have in the mind of Lucy and Brandon as they're communicating, and Brad too. They're communicating back and forth using Jay's phone as themselves saying, I'm Jay, right? And they're leading you to believe everything they're assuming is happening. He's laying in a ditch. He's been stuck by what? A cactus, right? Which is also a knife. He doesn't think he's going to make it. He's thirsty. They don't know how long he's going to be alive. And so they're just going to do this till his, you know, they plan the entire night that way. As soon as he's no more, they're already trying to get their game plan figured out, how to cover this up and get rid of things. I believe Ophelia is the one, in my humble opinion, that set up the whole cleaners. She's in on that. That's why she's like, you don't see me. And then doing the back of her head, you know, like, yep, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't speak English when people don't, you know, are trying to ask her questions, but then she speaks almost perfect English when she communicates to down the rapids. So, whatever. She's, in my opinion, a liar. Lucy's a liar. Brandon's a liar. These are all my beliefs. I'm not saying they are. I'm saying I believe they are. So, and then it was just a cover up from there. Laura Oakes says, don't you find it strange the clubs told all workers not to talk to media, and no video footage was given from the clubs, especially the club he was in last. But we don't know what club he was in last, because Sugar Cracks also would not release their footage at all, which we heard from Mark Williams Thomas, the gullible detective. Because he sucked up everything Brandon told him, didn't he? Oh, y'all, I can't go to the gym. I wish I could. I got to do it in my house. It's too cold out there. Y'all look like a ghost. Oh, I don't tan. I'm always same color. This is my natural color. Y'all are tough. Y'all are very tough. Mazda Smith says yes, because Wax said about the car. It became an Ayub car with boot open. Yep. And you know that little traffic down there at that turnaround? Let's go over there. Let's look at that. See this little turnaround here? Look at the date here. The 19th of June, right? This person caught it at 2:21 p.m. Look at this. See this dude right here? Let me get my drawing. My drawing, my drawing. You see him? Can't mess it up. Can't make it up. There's a guy right there. Well, there was another vehicle that came and did some swapping or something. And this person says, I believe this is the same car we was informed about. This was caught at around 2:21 p.m. opening the boot this afternoon and hiding before the second car went. I think this is when they were hiding an individual that jumped out and threw the phone and got back in the car. I don't know who did it. I don't think it was Brandon. He's too bulky. And I don't think it was Lucy, because I just don't see her breaking a nail. So I do wonder, could be LK, could be Brad. Maybe they coerced him. Maybe they grabbed his bank card and his passport and were like, hey, we're in Masca. We got your passport, your billfold. You're going to come dump a phone. And when you dump the phone where we told you, you'll get your passport back. But maybe they kept his bank card. A little extortion. You watched that on live cameras, Julie? You remember watching that, Allison? Fake tan looked like rolled through the mud. Nikki says, I get spray tans. Use the tan easy, not anymore. I don't want nobody putting chemicals all over me. Rach, you must have native Indian blood? Yeah. Lucy messaged his mom at 3:30, so that would be perfect, right? Dump his phone. That way they can find it with him. Right? That's why I said I was pretty appreciative of all the likes. I mean, we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. The gullible one. Yes. The gullible detective. That's his name to me. Yep. I agree. So that's what I have for you guys. We've been on here forever. And though we are totally off topic, but I'm just so glad you guys are getting to visit once again. I send my love out to Duncan and to Wax and to Jan and everybody. I miss all of you very much. I don't know what more I have to add. It was just, I missed you guys. I wanted you to know that. I'm over covering the case of Summer Moon Utah Wells, a little 5-year-old that she'd be 9 now. We're still trying to find her, and there's finally some information coming out in the case that has us all going, OMG. So if you want to learn about that case, come join me. I'm also covering the Jack and Lily Sullivan case, which are 4- and 6-year-old individuals, little babies. They're missing from Canada, Nova Scotia, Canada, near Lansdowne. They were reported missing on May 2nd, and nothing right now. So that's what we've been doing. But Rach quit working. Turns her glue gun back on. You slow down, my love. You slow down. Quit trying to do everything in one day. You know you're gifted, but you don't need to give all your energy at once. Slow down. Thank you, Sharon. Like I said, it's all about, them cleaners. And now I get it. Why Ayub thanked the cleaners, in my personal belief, was because they cleaned up the mess that Haji left. And the Ayub was, he came alive, he left alive. That's my part. That's all I got to say about that. Love you guys. If I don't see you before Christmas, I want to wish each of you and yours a very Merry Christmas from me to you. A very Merry Christmas from me to you. I love you always and forever. I wish you all the very best. I pray that justice is actually served for Jay. That the truth, but truth always does come out. See you again soon. Bye for now. Jack wants to come up. Doggone it, I almost got out of here. He like knows when I say goodbye to you, and he runs to me. He's like, "You're done, Mom. You're done. All right, let's get up here and wish them all a Merry Christmas." Can you say Merry Christmas? Say Merry Christmas. He licked my glasses. I love you, Mike Jackson. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Are you getting down? You gonna go see your brother? Love you guys. Whoa.